before we completely turn the page on the Leafs, we got to bring up last night in Philadelphia here, which kind of led to Freddie Anderson saying, I want this start tonight. It was a ridiculous way to end a hockey game. It is not the first time any of us have seen the Leafs just decide not to play. We have seen plenty of periods down through the years with Babcock and with Sheldon Keefe now where the guys just kind of check out.
Yeah.
And after the game, it was Auston Matthews who had the most interesting quote. He's going to talk about the end of the game here, and it's Sportsnet's Chris Johnston who asks a follow-up question, which you will hear, which led to the quit word being used, and my ears always perk up when I hear that.
We let that empty net goal, and then, we can't just fold like that. It's unacceptable to do that to our starting goalie, a guy that's stolen games for us. He's been a brick wall for us all year, and that's just unacceptable on our part. We can't just fold. We got to play to that last minute because, that's just unacceptable. We just left him out to dry. Breakaway, 2-on-1s. Odd man rushes there in the last minute, and, suddenly the score's 6-1. So, that's on us. That just can't happen.
A lack of concentration, you think, or not bearing down there? Or?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I think we just folded, kind of just quit. Game was over, and we didn't play the that last buzzer. And like I said, that's just we can't be doing that. Not to a guy like Freddie, not to our starting goalie. Just gotta have a little bit more pride in that.
With the greatest respect to Auston Matthews, the quitting I saw throughout the game. Like, let's be honest here. The first Lawton goal, where it was Kevin Hayes going to the net and Matthews he's got a front row seat for it.
Yeah.
Little stick check, little lazy thing that gets absolutely nothing done. Like, I understand how the end of the game finished, and it was ugly, but either you're committed or you're not. And if you're going to let dudes, and Buffalo was doing this with Nylander Saturday, if you just let guys go right to the net, you deserve everything you get. And I appreciate Matthews, his honesty and whatnot, but if I'm looking at game tape and I'm someone else in the room and I hear Matthews say that, I'm like, slow your roll, kid.
Right.
You need to check yourself just a little bit. You need to take care of your business as well. That's what bothers me about that clip. It's not like Matthews was clean. He was awful. What was Nylander, -4 last night?
Yeah.
That line was a disaster yesterday.
Well,
that bothered me last night.
And the second goal, too. The quitting in the third period was rough. Okay, that was bad. It was not a good look. And we're 6 games into the Sheldon Keefe era, and the word quit is already being used. It's not good. If I'm a Leaf fan, I'm more upset by, again, the soft play in the own zone. And for the radio folks, we showed the first goal where Matthews didn't really back check properly on Kevin Hayes. This is the second goal for those watching on TV. Everyone's got their own man, and Austin's just kind of gliding around. And I believe that was Travis Konechny who potted in the 2-1 goal, which ended up being the game winner.
I don't know. So, I don't know what CC was doing on that.
Giroux, sorry, not Konechny. It was Giroux. So you got to lead by example, okay? And I understand he's not the greatest defensive player in the game. Offensively, he's fantastic. We know that. Those 2 plays, Sid, has happened way too often this year, okay? This is part of the reason why the Leafs are in the situation they're in right now, that Frederik Andersen is playing on back-to-back nights. So I understand the comments and what he said afterwards, but if I'm pointing a finger at anybody in that dressing room, not locker room, dressing room, I like using dressing room, he's the first guy. That, to me, I am more infuriated by those 2 plays, and then he takes the penalty in the third period where he thought the stick was broken, and he shifts it to the neutral zone and gets 2 minutes as the Leafs are trying to get the second goal. Those are 3 no-nos. Not good.
Some of the clips from last night are interesting when you remember what Mike Babcock said about this guy in October.
Yes.
Talking about the potential for Auston Matthews as a two-way player. Let's listen to this. We'll talk on the other side.
His speed through the middle of the rink on offense, his speed through the middle of the rink on defense, his ability to play defense fast so he doesn't have to spend any time on defense, and then his ability to check it back in the O-zone. Now, none of those things talk about what you guys talk about, the shot and all that. He has those things. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to build out your program so you're an absolute complete player. I think he has a chance to be the best two-way center in hockey. And so, to me, that's our focus. And in the end, he wins championships like that, and that's what he wants to do.
All right, 2 things there. Mike Babcock from October. 1, he's right. Mm-hmm. He has that potential. He's not there yet. 2, was it not weird to just hear Mike Babcock just now?
A little bit.
It's been a while, right?
A little bit, yeah.
It's kind of weird.